So this is the supplies I'm going to be recording the Ford Bronco with. We're gonna go ahead and start from the right and move to my left over here. So right here we have, besides this, we just have some XLR cables for the microphones. This is actually a microphone. This is called a hydrophone. It's for recording underwater, but it's very similar to a contact mic in that it's just very sensitive to vibrations. And so I was thinking of putting this maybe in the undercarriage or somewhere where they'll pick up a lot of vibrations. So I thought that'd be interesting to record. We have some microphones, some lav microphones. We actually have 3 of them. So we have a stereo set of Clippies EM 272s. These are awesome. And then we have DPA's 4060s, another stereo set. With these, this wind protection, I'm forgetting where this is from. Something about, God, bees. I'm forgetting the company that does it. Something to do with bees. But anyways, this wind protection is awesome. I love it, but it just is not good enough for like the air you get from being in an engine or just a lot of wind. It just does not. It's good for like miking up an instrument or you know, a lapel for vocals. But so to solve that, I went ahead and bought a roll of this stuff. This is like, it's air conditioning, it's a sealant sort of thing, but anyways, it's basically a wind protection. So you chop it to size, then you stick the lav all the way in there, and you have great wind protection. And yeah, so we're gonna use that. All right, let's continue. So we have some tape. We have some gaffer tape and electric tape. This is, well, sort of self-explanatory. We got to tape stuff up. So my biggest fear in recording the Bronco is losing microphones while we're driving. And so, because I have some expensive microphones, a lot of these are expensive, and it would really suck to have one fly out or worse yet, get like stuck in a belt or something. So I really want to secure everything. Continuing on, we have some Sennheisers, a stereo pair. It's the MKH 8040, that's right, 8040. So I have a stereo pair here. This is going to be my main microphone for the interior, like where the driver sits. So this will be my main set for the interior. As a separate recorder, PMC D100, a Sony field recorder that has great onboard microphones. I'm going to use this for in another interior perspective. This will be for the back interior because there's a little bit like a sort of hatchback deal with a Bronco. Just sort of going out of order really quick. We have another field recorder, the Tascam DR05. This is just a cheap little recorder. I actually love it. It's great. It's I don't know. It's not the best internal mics, but it really is a great mic to put in places where kind of scary stuff happens, like the underside of a car. So I think I'm going to stick this on the bottom of the car as well to kind of get a stereo image of the wheels on the road. All right, and well, I'm not going to go with talk about mic placement with all these. I think these will go in the engine. I'm not sure. I got to figure that out once I get into the car. This is my main recorder, the Sound Devices 633. So this is a recorder. It has 6 inputs here. Really though, there's only 3 mic inputs, and these have like the amazing limiters and the amazing mic preamps on 3 of these. The other side down here are line inputs, and you need a little converter to turn them in to help accept the XLR cables, because obviously these are way bigger than this. But there's a little converter that you get for that. The problem is these are line inputs, and what that means is the signal is going to be line level, not mic level. And so what that means is it's not boosted at all. And so a mic level going to a line input, you won't hear anything. And so you need to boost that. And so that is where this guy comes into play. And so this is a Sound Devices 302. It's a mixer. And so what that means is there's 3 inputs, and I can get phantom power. I have the preamps and limiter, I believe, built into this guy. This is not a recorder itself, it's just a mixer, so it takes its signal and I can route it. It comes out as a stereo signal, but what's really cool is you can pan all those signals to right, center, and left, and that way when you record this out, in a way, you can still multi-track them and have all three separate by just having like, well, pan it all the way to the right and you'll have a separate clean channel of what's going into the right. Pan it to the center, you'll have a clean center. Pan it to the left, hard left, and you'll have third channel. So that opens up another 3 channels for me. And so if you kind of look at my mic setup, currently we have stereo mic input, which will probably go into the top point. We have 4 channels here, so that's 6. I mean, that's really all the inputs. So I think I'll probably do maybe 3 connected to the mixer here, and then maybe have a DPA connected to this this third one. I think I want the third one to go to the exhaust. I think, I'm not sure. And then have these 3 in the engine. And what I want to do is record everything in the car at once. That's why I'm kind of gathering all of these devices together. Sound devices have recorders that you can record more mic inputs than this, but I don't have that. A mix pre would be perfect for this because it's the price point's a little lower. But these have awesome mic preamps and limiters, and so it's kind of like a trade-off. If you want to go with like a 688, or I think it's like, I know that the 8 series now or something, then you have more mic inputs. It's just the price point's really high. It's already high for this one, for the 633. So the whole point of recording all this on multi-tracking it in one take is that the sound library I want to create, I want to give people the ability to mix a single take and have different perspectives. So for a single clip, through the hood, through the back of the car, through the front of the car, to the bottom of the car, to the exhaust, and that'll give a lot of freedom, I think, to sound designers to mix it properly in the scene. And I've been looking around, I haven't seen any Ford Broncos from '92 recorded. Two of the biggest challenges here are going to be, one is wind protection on stuff that's going to be outside the car or in the engine. That's really going to be a challenge. And 2 is the safety of this gear. I don't want to destroy anything. And some of the gear is going to be at risk. It's going to be under the car or taped in the engine or something like that. So I just have to be very cognizant of keeping things away from belts, getting things nice and secure if they're going under the car. And yeah, so this is part 1. In part 2, I'll go ahead and show the final setup before my recording session. And then part 3, we'll go ahead and look at the mixing session. Thank you.